Greetings students. Here today we are going to perform the experiment of the verification of law of polygon. By using the apparatus we are going to take the find the results experimentally. By the analytical methods that we have already learned in the classroom, we are going to find the results analytically, and by plotting the graph of the forces we are going to find the results graphically, and we are going to compare all three results for the verification of law of polygon. Law of polygon, as we have discussed earlier, is the graphical method to find the resultant of number of forces. Now here you can see here in this assembly that there is this blackboard onto which 4 pulleys are attached. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 pulleys are attached, and over the pulleys the strings are passed. Those strings are converging at a ring so that we will get a concurrent force system. Okay, the center of this ring will be the point of concurrency, and then fifth string we are attaching to the string which is freely suspended vertically. Okay, now as we can see here that as the ring is not in motion, we can say that this particular force system is in equilibrium. In other words, we can say that the vertical suspended force is balancing the all 4 forces which are in the assembly and bringing that system in equilibrium, so that we can say that this vertically downward force can be called as equilibrant. What is equilibrant? It is equal and opposite to the resultant, and it brings the system in the equilibrium. What is equilibrant? It is equal and opposite to the resultant, and it brings the system in equilibrium. So if equilibrant is acting vertically downward, that means our resultant should be equal and opposite vertically upward. Okay, so to do this experiment, what I need is, first I need is point of concurrency. So at the center of the ring I am going to mark by keeping the center of the ring at the eye level. So this is my point of concurrency. Now to find the directions of the forces, I will need to plot the points which are on the line of action of forces, that is tensions in the strings. Okay, so to do that, what I am going to do is, here I am going to mark the points here on the line of action of force over here. Then I am going to mark here the line of action of force. Then I am going to mark here the line of action of force, and then again last at the line of action of force. And vertically also I can just draw the vertical line also, but to find the y-axis I will plot the point which is in the here vertical. Okay, so from point of concurrency to this, I can assume this as my y-axis, and I can extend the y-axis, and accordingly I can plot my x-axis, and then we can find out the direction of the forces. Okay, now the weights that I have suspended through the pulleys can be the tensions in the pulleys. We are considering the pulleys to be frictionless. We are going to neglect the frictional force here. So I can just one weight is of 50 gram each. So I can count the weights 1, 2, 3. That means here it is 150 gram. Then 1, 2, that is 100 gram. Here also 2 weights, 100 gram. Here 1, 2, 3, 150 gram. And here is only one weight. Here I can say that it is 50 gram weight. Okay. So I will take down the forces. F1 is equals to F1 is equals to 150, F2 is equals to 100, F3 is equals to 150, F4 is equals to 50, and F5 is equals to again 50 grams. All the forces, all the weights are in grams, so afterwards I can convert it into Newton while doing the calculation. So from the experiment I can find out the angles of these forces with respect to x-axis, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4, and the vertical one, okay, that is theta 5. Okay, with this I will be able to plot the concurrent force system and measure the angles with respect to the x-axis. Okay, after this is for the first reading of the experiment. Okay, then by using the spare weights that we have, I can change the weights so that I will increase a weight over here, I can decrease some weight from here. Okay, again I can decrease some weight from here, and I am going to increase it over here. So I will take the next reading by changing the weights. Okay, and again doing the same procedure with the I am going to find the center of the ring, then I am going to find the points which are along the line of action of forces, and then I am going to again plot the points on the paper so that I will get the whole concurrent force system on the paper. Then I can find the angles of all the forces with respect to x-axis, that is theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4, and again I am going to record the forces F1, F2, F3 and F4, F5. Okay, so with this I can take 4, 5, 6 readings as required, and then I can for each reading I can find out the resultant analytically, that we have already studied in the theory part, and then we can draw the polygon of forces and we can find the resultant graphical, and with this we can tally all our results. Okay, so this is all regarding law of polygon.